we on the internet?
I think so. Where is Brian?
I have no idea. Wait, there's a note here.
There's a note?
Yeah.
What's it say?
It says, haha, you fuckers. I've taken your Kickstarter money and fled for an undisclosed location. You'll never see me again, Max. You can have my baseball cards. Brian.
Took our Kickstarter money? I mean, that's not how it works. There's 44 days left in the campaign. There's no money to take. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Well, if that's not how it works, then whose money did he take to not Fiji?
Wait a second. Facial recognition. God, that motherfucker!
Hello, friends. Turns out, no flights to Fiji out of Burbank Airport. Very limited flights to non-extradition countries.
Yeah. Southwest doesn't go to.
They don't. I tried to get all the tickets I could with all the money I had.
That's okay. Next time.
We've got a show to talk about, so I came back. Hello, friends. How's everyone doing?
Feeling great.
Yeah,
feeling great.
Yeah, still shell-shocked.
Good day.
He's still shell-shocked for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. We will get into all of that. We have to.
Sure.
A couple of quick announcements. Up first, Talks Machina is now a podcast, my friends. You can get the show as a podcast. You can listen to last week's episode right now. You don't want to because you want to watch this on your favorite podcasting app. We also have a list of different podcast links at critroll.com/. FAQ.
Oh no! Oh no!
Although technically you could.
I actually heard them whispering about that earlier, but I didn't know that was going to happen. It's pretty sick.
Oh no!
What were you going to say?
I was say you could technically listen to last week's podcast and watch the show and just turn into a maddening cacophony of our voices.
It'd be like a Critical Role episode with everyone talking at once.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
A little bit more exciting Talks Machina news. Starting tomorrow morning, we'll be rebroadcasting Talks Machina each Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Oh.
Which is awesome.
Breakfast with Brian?
Breakfast with Brian. For a lot of people in Europe and stuff like that, they can watch it when they get off work or whatever time it is.
It's good for digestion. It's like when birds eat rocks. You know? It just helps kind of get everything moving.
Pop rocks.
Yeah, it's great.
And
Really solid burn.
however, though, Arsqueef, I still expect you to get up at 4 in the morning to live tweet this show, sir. No getting out of that.
You're
I guess
terrible taskmaster.
no waiting till a reasonable hour. It's been a very interesting 24 hours. How do we describe? I watched the Q&A yesterday, a little bit of it, and when I landed, and man, wow, you guys spoke for all of us when you said nothing.
Yeah. That wasn't a bit. That was how we arrived at the studio that day.
Yeah. It's been amazing. As some of you may know who are tuning into the show, we have a Kickstarter that's currently in day 2, day 1.5, and it's for an animated special. And
With our friends at Titmouse.
With our friends at Titmouse. It's gone amazingly, better than anyone could have ever predicted. And it floored all of us yesterday. There was a lot of texting going, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There's nothing bigger than all caps?
Yeah. It was a shock. It was a shock and humbling, and it's hard to not feel so grateful. And all of us were just tweeting about critters all day because everyone showed up.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
4 more days.
Yeah.
What was the tweet you said somebody showed you?
What?
There was.
I look at a
or
lot
the
of
thing,
tweets, Brian.
Anyway, there was something fun. I can't remember. If I find it, I'll retweet it.
Thank you for that fun tweet.
Yeah.
Whatever you were. But no, it's
There's so much.
There are a lot.
yeah. We blew through all of our stretch goals in less than a day. So
Yeah, we're gonna have some
current stretch goals. There's
stretch
more
goals.
stretch goals coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the coming days and months, we will have extra stretch goals
coming
to
months.
announce.
In November, we'll have even additional.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
We'll have updates very soon. So definitely pay attention. We'll have some new things like the next few days. So
Yep.
Yeah, the momentum is still amazing.
Yes.
I check in on the Kickstarter page every once in a while, and it's like the critters are still just hammering it.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
tweet said something like, "You told all of us to hold our actions, and now we're all attacking at once."
That's good.
That's
I
what
like
the
that.
tweet
I like
was.
that was good.
Yeah, pretty
yeah, no,
crazy.
this has been nuts, and yeah, we'll have more information soon. This is all. Like all of this extra is going right back into the animation. Like
More money, more minutes.
That's kind of the plan. So we'll have,
that's important to state for everybody. Like
I don't get all the extra on top of the
No.
750
No,
that was
sorry,
the
Brian.
goal.
Yeah.
every dollar that gets put into this just goes to more animation, to
Yeah.
longer programming.
It's
to more
expensive to
episodes.
animate. It's extremely expensive to
Yes,
animate.
but we don't keep
Yeah.
any of the excess.
Yeah, we're not paying ourselves for the Kickstarter.
No,
or
it just
anything.
all goes
This is-
into the animation.
What we want, we're really proud of this. We want to make this as good as possible, and based on how things are going, apparently as long as possible. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, at this rate, you can animate the entire campaign and the home game
Yeah, in real time.
in real time. There's also a bunch of information at critworld.com/animate.
Stop it!
Just
Stop it!
stop.
Don't make it a thing. I'm not okay with
Without further ado, let us discuss episode 53 of Critical Role Campaign 2, Cornered. It's me again. As always, we're in a good mood around here.
Yeah, it's punch drunk.
As always, we begin the show with stats from our friends at Crit Roll Stats.
Roll stats.
For episode 53, Matt has whispered to individual players 21 times this campaign, in addition to 3 reverse whispers.
That's when the rest
Now-
of the group leaves, or that's when he whispers out of his asshole.
Exactly. I was a dude.
Those.
It's a less comforting sound, Sam.
Those are why we bought the whisper booth.
Yep,
I can do the most of the alphabet. It's impressive.
That feels like way more whispers than the first campaign. I would love to check with Crit Roll Stats
Well,
about
I think
that.
a lot of it has to do with the fact if that is the case, I don't think we have more yet, but for volume, maybe. We just have more.
There's more secrets.
There's more secrets, more mistrusting PCs,
Yeah.
and a lot more higher wisdom characters, really.
Yeah.
Although comparatively high wisdom characters. I guess people with higher insight that use it more often. I don't
Yeah.
know. Who knows?
I like the whisper. I'm a fan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's a fun way to sow a bit of chaos and give a player with a good moment of intuition a little bit of a leg up to a situation.
Yeah.
Have you ever fucked with someone?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever walked up and said like, "You've had a piece of cheese on your face the entire show"?
There've been sequences where I've made whispers and it came to mean nothing.
Oh yeah.
But it still led for a crazy moment, and the player just held on to the information, and all of a sudden this tension builds of, wait, what does it mean? And it's really
I don't know
nothing.
if I've gotten a whisper.
What?
Yeah, you don't really roll insight often.
I don't think I've gotten a whisper this campaign.
Oh really?
Maybe ever. Danny!
What do you think my job is?
She just panicked. She just totally fucking panicked. She's like, I am not Crit Roll Stats.
Stopped.
Danny! Quick, just watch through all the episodes real quick. Just scan through real quick.
I
Danny-
feel like there has to have been.
Andrew's gonna tweet it, so just keep an eye on the tweets
true.
and let us know as soon as he updates it.
I will
'cause
say
I feel like there
that I
has been
feel like
once.
you probably have like some of the least, just because I feel like you don't roll insight very often.
No, but if you think back to every single whisper, there's Sam going, guys, D&D Beyond.
Which is why-
I know you've gotten one.
Which is
I
why,
know you've gotten at
I'm pretty
least
sure you've
one.
gotten at least one because other people had to pick up on
Yes.
the D&D Beyond
Oh,
advertisement
that's
that you
a
always
good
throw in
point.
there like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That's a good point.
Apparently, Additionally, there were 71 total whispers in campaign 1 with 2 reverse whispers. Thanks, Crit Roll Stat.
Look at that, guys.
71. Okay, but that was
Okay.
very long. Okay,
Sure,
we're only
sure.
a few months into. We're only
Absolutely
a
wrong
year into
about
this.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam has gotten 5 whispers.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
Thanks,
God.
Stats.
Wow.
You should come play sometime.
Wow.
really stoned when I play.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bong conversion to that giant flask was really impressive.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
all
this.
smoke in there.
I was gonna say I love this the vaporless flask.
Yeah.
That's pretty inventive. Nod has used Mage Hand 34 times.
Nice.
As you should. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Nod has also stolen 123 items so far,
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
not counting our hearts. Say Crit Roll Stats.
So proud of you.
There's more coming. More stealing coming.
I hope so. Guys, can we take a moment
Sure.
to appreciate this beautiful new coffee table?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This is from our
Oh, they
friends
can see my cup.
at Flip This Bitch.
Oh, they put this together?
And the old coffee table, I hated
Oh, I know.
more than my mother hates the day I was born.
What happened
Whoa.
to it? Is it gone?
I'm not going to tell you what happened to it, but I am going to tell you it's no longer here and you don't need to worry about where it is.
It's upstate to play with the other coffee tables on the farm.
It's in Maine.
How many easy payments?
How many easy payments? I don't know.
No.
Stop it.
Okay.
Okay, well, we have some questions about this week's most recent Critical Role episode. You had to.
What? I defiled the table by finger banging it?
Continue, Brian,
No.
please, for the love of God.
Matt,
Yes.
Matt, we should really start the show with a question from Sad Cypress.
Yes, Sad Cypress, what you got, buddy?
How do you shape such an important NPC such as Yiza or folks like the Briarwoods last campaign in a way that takes from the player's conceptions but builds into your own world building? Great question to start.
That's a great question. To me, that's part of the contract of trust between the players and the dungeon master. Not all campaigns do backstory. Not all campaigns, are the players eager to let the dungeon master have that type of permission necessarily. But if you have a game that does, it's a lot of fun because one, you get to take something that was the player's inception and forge it into a narrative that they get to be immersed in ways they wouldn't expect. You get to surprise them. You get to really draw them into the world. Outside of your main, villains and your main story and your main overall arc that you want to provide, you get to kind of drag them in and go like, look, you got to make up this thing, and now we get to explore it and see where it takes you.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it's thinking about one, what the intent of the player's creation is in their backstory, and then considering what would be unique and interesting ways to surprise them with it and make it be part of their heroic journey. And it can vary depending on storyline. Last campaign we had though they weren't really an NPC that was alive in the game, but Vex and Vax's mother, and then the story they left there that allowed me to then play into the Thordak aspect of it and kind of draw them into the narrative beyond just the main story.
Yeah.
Talison's whole Briarwood backstory, was chock full of characters that I got to mine and develop and expand on. And watching his face every time I had the opportunity to throw one of his vague creations into the world and flip it on him was a great joy that both me and him enjoyed discussing after the fact immensely. So
Yeah.
First time you mentioned the Briarwoods in stream and that image of him just blue screening.
Oh yeah.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Oh man, that was 2 years. 2 years of nothing, just waiting for the day that I got to drop that
So good.
exciting.
So good.
So much fun.
Man, well, speaking of character backstories, can I ask you a quick follow-up on that one?
Yeah.
Is Ford evil? Sam.
Yes.
I tried. Wants to know.
It's not. That one is not that hard.
What is it, man?
Adira AGT.
AGT?
Sometimes there are
I
just.
think that's the name of my car insurance company. Not had a quick turnaround from desperately trying to find her husband to having a crush on the super hot Minotaur. How much of that was not having a crush, and how much of that was Sam thinking it'd be funny?
I don't know how to answer that question anymore.
It's all blurred.
It's all a blur. Nod is a sexual woman who can recognize a beautiful specimen, be it her species or another. And when that Minotaur strutted by with his, I don't know, shanks. What is he? What does he have? What are his gams? I don't know, hindquarters. How do you?
Yeah, his shanky gams.
What is happening?
She can appreciate the beauty of a man, as
Okay.
can I.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful creature, beast.
Leave it to Dungeons and Dragons to allow a dungeon master to be like, this is going to be just a badass, stoic Minotaur character to inspire like fear and awe, and they immediately just sexualize the shit out of him. And I'm just like, all right, I don't know why I thought it would end any other way, but sure, yeah, thirst away, guys. Apparently, I know your types.
He's hung like a bull.
Oh my god.
I think it was a little of each. Nod hasn't had any sort of.
Has it been a drought?
hasn't thought of any man for a long time, and
Yeah.
maybe just knowing that her man is out there freed her up a little just to kind of look around. I don't know.
Well, she needs to get warmed back up, probably, right? Before.
Yes.
I know I just made a drought joke, but come on.
I thought it was a great follow-up to that.
Totally.
Can I ask you a
How long
follow-up
you can-
question?
See how long you can stay on, I guess.
I guess.
Oh boy.
I guess.
8 seconds.
Can I ask you a follow-up question, Sam?
Yep.
How did your lecture on Frasier tonight go at the community college? On Frasier's cultural impact in the late 90s.
Yes, hello, class. This is an outfit that I chose to wear today to work. And I forgot that I was going to be on the show tonight, so I didn't wear any of my cool outfits.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I like it. I think you look distinguished. Matt,
Yes, hi.
Kima Butch wants to know. Oh, Kima Butch. There we go. What was going through your head when you decided to make several kobolds in a trench coat a character?
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Brilliance.
I was in just populating Asarius, I'm really enjoying, as unexpected as your guys' immediate dive into Xhorhas was. It's been really fun to flesh it out as we go and come to all these ideas of in some ways a familiar, societal structure, in many ways a very alien and different way of life, and being able to play kind of a more, consider the monstrous races type setting has been so much fun from a development standpoint, and ways that I can kind of break the tropes and take expected scenarios of things you've encountered in the past and switch them up a little bit. And a lot of it's just ideas that pop in your head. When I was developing, I was like, Madam Musk sounds like an interesting name for some sort of a medicine shaman type individual. What would she look like? And I thought about it. I'm like, well, in this area, it'd be kind of hard for her if she's like an older woman to kind of do all this herself, depending. And everyone's going to expect it's going to be a hag. What would be a unique way to twist that up? Well, there needs to be some kobold representation in this town as well. What if it's a bunch of kobolds that work for her? What if it's a bunch of kobolds that are her? And that was kind of the thought process that went into it. And then I envisioned just them all assembling inside this heavy coat and playing off this presentation that probably is mostly assumed to be a single creature, and in some cases probably is well known to be multiple kobolds in a coat. Everyone just lets them have it. I don't know.
It's so cool.
How
was
many
fun.
kobolds?
Five kobolds.
Five?
They all have individual names.
Recap is wrong.
Yeah.
5.
Chalkboard
So that
said
means
3.
2 of them are just down in the nethers, just like the legs. Is it Voltron?
There's one handling each arm, and there's 2 that are up in the chest that are lifting the 5th up is actually the face.
Oh, so there's no legs.
No, there's no
per
legs.
se.
It's just like big rags hanging over the front of the coat. And how it's thought is whenever anybody's not in there or they make an order, they tell them leave your money on the edge there, and then when everyone leaves, they close the gate and they all step out and then make and brew everything.
I want to know more about these kobolds.
I
Are
know.
they close? Are they family? Are they employees?
Sam.
Do they check in and out? Do they
Sam.
punch a time card?
Run a one-shot with the kobolds.
Sure.
Yes. That's a stretch goal right there.
Madam Musk's mysterious Mystery.
Mysterious
fucking
trench
know.
coat mystery.
Look, it's Tuesday. I'm not supposed to improvise tonight.
Yeah, no, take a night off. Take a night off.
I'm off the clock. Right.
Sam.
Yeah.
Jane Hawley, my listener, wants to know if anything happened to Caleb. God's forbid. Who would, in Nott's mind, be the new leader of the group?
I guess Caduceus Clay?
Okay.
Anybody but Ford.
Okay.
Ford doesn't have the mental fortitude for it.
Yeah.
He's
Mental fortitude.
fortitude. He
never get
lets
old.
his emotions guide him too much. He's too impetuous. He's not a leader role. He doesn't have a leadership quality about him.
Yes, Caleb is definitely known for never letting his emotions guide him to do anything.
He's cold and calculating.
Yeah.
Caduceus could be a good leader. I think Nott thinks very highly of Jester also.
Of course.
Probably not Bo. I don't know. Just Bo seems like she's rash as well. Left side of the table.
Yeah.
Bo and Yasha fit that side muscle role pretty well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yasha, Bo, get him.
Yeah. Totally.
From a Nott standpoint, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Let's look at his face and see how he responds. Ford, lawful evil? I can't tell, dude. What do you see?
I heard a little.
You did?
Yeah.
It was a reverse
You heard an arse squeak? You heard a reverse whisper?
Yes, I was trying to give you a clue.
I think Ford is probably the big bad of the campaign.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Poor Ford.
I can't wait till I hear I'm gonna look at Nott and do Eldritch Blast. Level 20.
Well, I mean, if he's going to turn on you guys, he might as well use his real accent.
Oh, that's true. Hello, my friends.
Boy.
Matt,
Travis moving his mouth and Brian Foster from behind doing the voice.
that will be
So the whole time.
that will be my final, my one and only guest appearance
There
on
you go.
Critical Role. Will be his Ford's real voice. Hello, Governor. Sir Pounce-a-Lot wants to know.
Great.
Oh, that's a reference from Game of Thrones. If Bo had won the brawl, would Dairon's true form have been revealed? If so, does that make Dairon a little reckless?
It depends. There are illusion spells, and illusion spells are very effective for brief period of longevity, but they do not pass up to scrutiny. The enchantment that Dairon is using is more of an alter self-based enchantment, but it is limited to essentially consciousness. But
So if you don't have consciousness, it fades.
it fades. But as long as she's conscious, it's an actual physical transformation that goes well under scrutiny. And as a spy, as she's pushing this territory for a while, and is pretty confident in her abilities to avoid being found up until this point, avoid being caught, that kind of scenario. It worked within the means of what she had at her disposal. And she wasn't planning to even get involved in the fight until Bo got in, actually. It was one of the conditions of her joining that was depending on who was going to go ahead and join into the gravel pit.
Nice.
And if none of the party went in there and just watched a fight happen, she was probably going to go over and talk with them and pull them aside and be like, I need to talk to you, and be like, what the fuck are you doing here? type scenario.
Yeah.
But they went right for the pit, and then that kind of gave Dairon a choice where she was like, all right, well, if I need to go in there and try and bend this in my direction, or all of this is going to go poorly.
Then, yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of I had a lot of different possibilities based on the choices you guys made in the Four Corners as to who was going to get involved and how the fight was going to kind of be structured.
Yeah. When do you end up doing most of your writing for that week's session? Is it in the shower? Is it on a run at the gym? Is it at night on your laptop?
I mean, for me, a lot of it's contemplation throughout the weekend. Driving. Whenever I'm driving is usually put on some lyricless music in the background and just think and brainstorm. And if a really cool idea comes, I'll do a quick little audio note on my phone.
Yeah. Keep track of stuff.
And then early in the week is when I do a lot of my writing at home on my laptop. I have my Dropbox is just way too many scattered files and
What are you usually wearing while you're doing this?
pajamas.
Cool.
Oh yeah, any chance I can get,
The
man.
pajamas from the Kickstarter video?
Yeah.
Oh, now, yeah.
Yeah,
Those were comfy.
They are.
Hell yeah, they were.
Like, they were
That's
great.
I tried all of them on before you guys filmed.
Oh,
it.
God. Is that what that smell was?
Yeah. That's, wow. Well, at least now I can tell a doctor where the rash came from.
I mean, you don't have to give my address.
To not tonight.
Oh, sorry. It
Matt,
says,
does your shirt say no?
it says woo.
Oh.
This was a gift from this is a gift from the illustrious Matt Key from a
Key.
long running joke we've had for forever.
I do not pun with my pen, I pun with my heart. Is
No.
that Matt Key? What is that?
No, that is from our friends at Void Merch.
This is from our friends at
Dread
Void Merch,
Singles.
and this is a reference to the Gunslinger.
Oh yeah.
It's time for gift of the week.
Yeah.
We got there.
Gift for the week. Yeah.
Yes.
Zach acts like I didn't give him any notice that we were going to gift of the week, entitled. Our winner for Campaign 2, Episode 53, was sent in by Kelly Jewell at Kelly Jewell. Let's take a look.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah, it's
great.
playing
The
again, it's
chair
playing
is
again.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
That's pretty amazing.
I genuinely forget how much of a scaredy cat Travis is at times.
He is.
And certain scenarios will happen in the game, and I just look over and watch him start to recoil and pucker.
Have you been to
And I'm like,
Hollywood
oh,
Horror
I
Nights
have
with
to dig
him?
into this. Oh yeah, that's the best.
It's the best.
Oh, we make him go first
Yeah.
every time into every haunted house.
Yep. If you're walking behind him and his ass looks extra huge, it's from the Depends. Congrats to you, Kelly Jewell. You have won this Whispered One t-shirt designed by Lauren Ipsum, who, if I'm not mistaken, is just feet from here right now. Available at shop.printworld.com. I promise all of you UK people in that store, it'll be coming soon. I promise.
Working on it.
Working on it. Day and night, night and day. Question for you, Sam.
Oh, okay.
Mary Penelope 1 wants to know, Knott's been pretty focused on finding and rescuing Yiza. Has she given any thought, what? Why are you laughing? Has she given any thought to how he might react to her when they find him, or is she trying not to think about that right now?
I think she has thought about that, and it's something that she's terrified about. And yeah, there's definitely like a push-pull there. She wants to find him. She wants to make sure he's safe. She wants to rescue him, be the hero. But also, she doesn't want him to see her or have to have that painful conversation because she's not sure how he would react. Yeah, I mean, throughout this whole City of Beasts thing, I felt conflicted too. Like, I as a player and as my character want to get to Yeza as fast as possible.
You said you named, okay, if that's how you want to pronounce Yeza, why did you tell me, oh, I named it after Yeezy?
Anyway.
Don't respond to that.
But at the same time, I don't doesn't want to just go charging in and get everybody killed along the way.
Right.
And also, probably in the back of her head, she doesn't want to. She's scared about what's going to happen if they do find him alive, and if he says, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to happen. Maybe Matt could just kill him, and then I don't have to have that awkward conversation.
But he doesn't know you're a goblin, right?
No.
So what if he's like, thank God, I've actually been like way more attracted to goblins my whole life.
He's got a fetish.
What if he has like a huge goblin
A goblin fetish?
Yeah, and what if he's
I mean, it would be the end of Knot in the campaign, I guess.
That's true. That's true. Matt, Hatch867, how much fun were you having with the monk using Stunning Strike constantly? That must have been a blast.
that was actually pretty fun.
Sweet payback.
sweet payback.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, monks are fun to use in combat anyway. They have a lot of tools in their toolbox, and I also like the idea of having kind of a mentor character to the up and coming monk Bo that occasionally links into the story and can be there for guidance, training, perspective, or surprise based on what the growth is. I didn't expect you guys to go there quite so soon, but it made sense for that crossover, and I'm curious to see what that conversation is going to entail this week, I guess, when we get to it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to throw in there a glimpse of kind of, of some variation in abilities to the Cobalt Soul. I've been tooling with it for a long time because it's a homebrew class that got a lot of kind of. I had a design, I got some bum feedback early on, and then the pendulum has swung back and forth, and basically I'm still finding that sweet spot of the design of the subclass.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be probably some more updates soon. But this has been a fun way to kind of show some of that variation and to see where, how fun it is to stun another monk. I guess. That's a shitty ability, man. It's a great ability.
It seems broken.
It's not.
Everything in D&D is broken.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could be like, Rogue Sneak Attack is broken.
It is.
Fireball's broken.
It is.
Hexblade's broken.
This game should not work.
That's the thing. Everything, to a certain extent, it has something about it that's kind of broken, and that's why it kind of fits. And some things are better at certain scenarios. You can be like, yeah, Paladins are incredible at straight up per round damage with smites and spell slots and everything, but getting around traps. You're fucked. It's like that's why the party system works, and that's why a lot of the classes, as a party work well. So yeah, everything has its aspects that are broken because they're really good at that one, or handful of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless you have a party in which everyone is in the same niche, then it starts feeling a little weird because you're like, we're both really, really good melee damage dealers, but your class is just better at it than me, and I feel kind of meh. So that's when you find other focuses and other ways to be useful outside of being just competitive in that one aspect.
Totally.
Well, NPCs, the closest that a DM really comes to like playing, like being a player, right, during the game experience. What's your favorite class to play when you play as an NPC? What's the most fun you have?
Oh, man. Wizard. I mean, spellcasting, especially when it's a combat scenario against the party, fighters are great, but especially in a party the size as what you guys have, if you have like a decent NPC, I'm able to do much. They're a single target or even a small series of targets damage and not enough to stack it on unless it's against one particular figure. So they're good for focusing one down if they manage to get the jump on it. But magic, especially high-level magic, can really immediately shift the dynamic of a battlefield. And as a dungeon master, there's nothing greater about really throwing a wrench into the pre-planned ideas of how this combat's going to go for the party than to have a spell take effect and watch the whole party go, oh, fuck. Okay, new plan. I love that.
Yeah, that's the best. Sam.
Yes, Brian.
Christian Con 18 wants to know. Oh, I went to that con.
Michael W. Smith played there.
That's a deep cut. Does not still get the itch? If so, was trying to steal the diamond back from the fight ring related to that, or was it knowing how important it may be for Jester's spells in getting Yeza back safely?
Oh, you mispronounced Yeza.
I fucking knew it, man. I fucking knew it.
Not definitely still gets the itch. Hasn't in a while because they've been in a tunnel for a few weeks with nothing to steal. And then walking around with a bugbear for a few days. But now they're in a city, there's going to be some stealing.
Yeah.
And I think getting the diamond back, right? That was the second half of that question?
Yeah.
It's a shiny diamond. It's valuable and shiny. And I don't know if Not knows that the diamond is needed for a Jester spell. I don't know. Did she say that? Did Jester ever say?
She may have, but it's up to you as to whether or not you were paying attention.
Maybe it's vague. It seems vaguely important to the crew. Not doesn't know how magic works, so not that kind of magic.
My heart stopped when she fucking dropped that diamond, and I was like, "That's someone's life."
Yeah, it's true.
Oh wait, we got it back anyway.
You did, thankfully.
You did.
I mean, that's honestly, like, if just Jester had gone in that fight and Dyron had no reason to go into it, and then she didn't win, then you would have lost the diamond and had to try and find a way to get it back from whoever got it.
But no, I was going for it because it seemed important and shiny.
Yeah, I got it.
The itch.
Just like your fake teeth. Matt,
Yes.
They're all made of wood.
Same piece of the table, actually.
no, that's where the other coffee table went. Sage and Ginger wants to know,
Ooh, Sage and Ginger.
what was Dairon thinking when Bo and Co. walked into the Four Corners? What about when drunk Ford tried to get on her good side by bad-mouthing Bo? Did she believe they'd never met before?
Dairon, I don't believe has met the Mighty Nine, like briefly, maybe crossed or maybe saw them, but most of the interaction's been directly with Bo. So it was more seeing Bo enter, and it was directly a "What the fuck are you doing here?" scenario. You know, a lot of the information that she's left behind with everyone who she's in contact with it was specifically to throw people off the trail and not follow her this deep into enemy territory. So to see somebody that not only she was partially responsible for within the Cobalt Soul show up, you know, acting belligerently and calling attention to her, you know, and Dairon's standpoint from her perspective was like, you're all gonna get fucking killed. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to intervene.
Yeah, do something.
You know, and it was one of those things where, whereas everyone kept getting towards her, it was also like we need to talk elsewhere, trying to gauge what they were doing, but without coming straight out in the middle of the space and kind of blowing her cover. And also not really fully trusting the people around her either. She doesn't know if Bo has all these other friends that were part of the City of Beasts. Like, she's not just going to go ahead and start opening conversations. So it was very much like I'm going to assess the situation. Okay, oh shit, they're getting in a fight. Fuck, Bo's in a fight. Bo's going to die. You know, these guys use real weapons in this one. This isn't, all right, I'm going to try and save her, try and see if I can curb this battle. At the very least, leave it so the two of us are back up. Fuck, I can't go down. Bo doesn't know that. I have no way of telling her. I have to beat her. And I was one of those scenarios where if it did end up being in that battle, I kind of wanted that little bit of a challenge. Like either, even if you win, you kind of lose a little bit. And either way, it could have been interesting. It could have been like how do they bluff their way out of this situation?
Yeah.
Do they go up and try and cover for her, or do they we have the spy, then rush out? Like there were ways they could have circumvented it from being a really terrible scenario, or not, and it could have turned into a really terrible scenario. But that's what I love about D&D. Probably
that one.
You know, based on the track record. But like, but I love creating those scenarios. You know, and to see what you guys do and see how well it can turn out, or how many terrible dominoes it can knock over. It's fun.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that moment we had in our home game where everyone was talking to this NPC for 30 minutes, and Friedel goes, well, do you know anything about this guy so-and-so? And he goes, I don't know, do you? He's like, yeah, well, I'm him. And it was the name of our NPC. And so they're talking to him, they're telling him all this shit. And we're like, I'm going, dude, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. So we're like, yeah, roll a deception check. And then the guy ends up saying like, no, that's me, I'm that guy. And he's so funny, but his reaction to it was just like, yeah, well, I run out of the room. But you fucking just love shit like that. You're just like, what do I do? I love it.
Best.
That's so
I
great.
flee.
I run away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sam, Warwick wants to know, has Nott's opinion on goblins changed at all now that you've seen for the second time a more civilized version of them?
Yeah, I think.
What's going on there?
Yeah, there's something to it. That goblin, Zorth, is his name?
Zorth, yeah.
He's kind of a fun-loving, crazy man.
Wild and crazy guy.
I think Nott was kind of surprised that he wasn't the worst person in the world.
Could there be a goblin so awesome that influences Nott so powerfully that she decides she wants to stay a goblin? Is there a relationship out there? Is that even possible?
If it's a half goblin, half minotaur.
Oh my God.
That have a son.
I mean, don't act like our fan artists wouldn't have a fucking field day with that.
Oh man.
There's probably a goblin. Even Zorth, who's lovable, still kind of crazy and intense, and mistreats his fellow goblins. Right? Well, not mistreats. He berates his fellow goblins.
He's
a taskmaster.
Taskmaster, yeah.
Yeah.
The other goblins didn't seem like great folks either. I think she's still anti-goblin, but learning that there is a spectrum of goblins from bad to not so bad.
Interesting.
No good ones yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen any good ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I love goblins, man. I don't know why you hate them so much. Up next.
2 campaigns in a row.
I know. Let's make it 3.
Let's make it 3. Fan art of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sleepy boy.
Oh,
That is a very sleepy. That's a good boy.
buddy.
That's a good boy. He cut his head for 1 second. He's like, yeah, fuck this. This week's fan art winner for episode 53 was sent in by Kate May at Kate May Art. This is pretty special. Take a look.
Oh, I love it.
Flowers everywhere.
That's so sweet. Lots of colors in that.
Here's the thing. Everyone looks super blazed.
Even the cat.
Even the cat. The cat's like,
a nugget.
cat had some nice little catnip edibles. Everybody's chilling.
It's got
so
flowers in her
cute.
hair. I like that. I think early on in the campaign, Nott had done some flower stuff. And then Yasha, it's a big
Yeah,
part
Yasha.
of her character.
Yeah.
Big part.
Yeah. I had pulled that flower thing out of a book. It said it's in some book I looked at, halflings believe they're superstitious about putting flowers in their hair.
Oh.
So that's where I pulled that shit out of.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say,
Sam.
yeah, look at you reading.
I read one paragraph.
Yep,
We're proud of you.
Thank you.
that's all it takes.
One small step for Sam.
Exactly.
Thank you to
Good campaign
everyone.
One small step for Sam.
baby.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
One giant leap for Sam Kind.
One giant leap for D&D Beyond.
There you go.
Steve, you and I were on the same page there. Thank you to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Kate. You have won this Purple Heart. Now, this is one of my favorites because look at that.
That's so pretty.
Look at that color, man. And
Beautiful.
It's the short halt special.
it smells so good. This is from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. Worm Life. Make sure to check them out at wormwoodgaming.com and watch Worm Life. You can enter our weekly contest by emailing your GIF or fan art to submit at talksmachina.com.
There was no slash. Don't confuse them.
Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com.
Oh my god.
You should just get a forearm tattoo of Slash.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, right
Come on.
here.
Yeah, buddy. Please tattoo the word
I
slash
would,
onto your body.
but that's where my Imagine Dragons tattoo is.
It says thunder.
And this one says,
Lightning and the thunder.
Oh my god.
when I jog throughout my neighborhood, Well, let's ask a couple more here.
Yeah, bring 'em.
Let's see here.
What you got?
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Matt, Gregzilla01, where in the name of holy creepiness did that Madam Musk voice come from? And did you plan for it to give everyone nightmares, including Travis?
That's a perfect example of me just not practicing the character voice in advance. I just made some notes. I was like, oh, it probably sounds like this. I didn't know if they were ever going to get to it. And when it did, it was like, I looked down at the voice notes I made. It was like high, wavering, reedy.
Yep, there was all of those things.
And I just jumped into it, and that's what came out, and then I stuck to it. And
Yeah.
then watching Travis's reaction, that gave me the opportunity to lean into it. I was like, oh, I didn't mean for it to be this creepy, but this is where we're going.
so good.
It was so creepy.
I feel like we saw a few NPCs in a row, right? We interacted with Zorth, great voice. Then we went and talked to Madam Musk.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wasn't there a third?
You went to see Zorth, and then y'all met Baron Visco, the
Yeah.
butcher. And then y'all met that
he had
fishmonger.
a weird voice too, didn't he?
Yeah, one of them sort of down here.
Yeah.
Types.
There's some great
remember.
NPCs last game.
That's
you were,
fun.
you were on
Big time.
fire.
You were on fire, bro.
That was a, don't say that. Yeah, man, Monster City. This is a fun space to get weird.
Heck yeah. Talking about this show.
Yeah.
Sam, Raymond E. Walter wants to know, is Nott's penchant for finding the best in people a reflection of her hope that people see through her goblinness and are able to see her true self underneath? Is her ribbing of Ford her attempt to show him that she knows he is not what he's trying to appear to be?
Man, that sounds like way better than what I thought.
Okay, what did you think?
Just she's nice. Except to
nice.
Ford, she's not nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a pretty good interpretation. I don't know if her ribbing of Ford is her attempt to show him that she knows I don't think she knows why she's ribbing Ford. She just enjoys it.
Ribbed for Ford's pleasure.
Oh, Jesus.
I think deep down she thinks that she and Ford are not so different, actually, and that bugs her.
Okay.
They're both greens. They both drowned. They both have a past they're trying to hide. They both secretly love Caleb.
What are you starting? What are you starting? What are you starting?
I think she
Tumblr babies.
and Ford are too similar, and you know how when you find someone that you're you're alike with, like you and me, Brian, we're so similar that we
aren't.
kind of bump heads a lot. We banter, we insult each other because we're so similar. We're both very handsome.
Okay.
We both have beards. That's where it runs out.
So all three of you are very similar then.
Fuck. Yeah, then all three of us are very
I
similar.
gotta shave this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Do
That's
not.
the end.
Do not shave it.
Don't do it.
Do not shave it. Stretch goal. Matt never shaves for the rest of his life.
Oh, you gotta have that conversation with Marisha.
Oh, does she not like it?
No, actually, she's come around on it. It's itchy at times.
It does,
Still
but that's,
getting used
once
to
it gets a little bit longer, you'll be okay. You're in that sort of in between
Well, I've
zone
been trimming
right
it
now.
down. Like,
you have been trimming.
Yeah, I've been learning what I like, and I like this
Okay,
length.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
Condition it. You
I
gotta
do.
Condition
I condition it in the shower. Look, believe me,
have you-
when the internet notified me of every way to take
Did
care of your beard.
Taliesin
and I'm
give
really
you the
appreciative.
beard oil though?
I had beard oil.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I got two
'Cause
different
I got
types.
the stuff that Taliesin uses
great-
when he has one.
Okay, yeah. A great critter sent me like a whole kit.
Oh, that's sick.
Which is really
Wait, I
sweet.
think I got that too.
Yeah, it was in a crate that I opened with a crowbar.
Oh, I did not get that.
Yeah, it was like the man crate. I was like, great. Being a man is really inconvenient right now.
Yeah. When I get stuff like that, I usually toss it because it's usually an explosive.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what we should do to end tonight's show in our last few minutes is ask some search for grog questions
Okay.
that we
Yeah.
got from the community.
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
Because we asked last week Laura and Liam, the twins, when they were on, but I figured since you guys
Yeah,
weren't
sure.
on last week,
Yeah,
let's
down
get
with
into
that.
it.
Sure.
Matt, two imposters asked, if you had to pick just one, what have you missed most about DMing for Vox Machina?
Oh, I mean, there's if I had to pick one, shit, that's really hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't have to.
I miss how deeply steeped the camaraderie was. We're getting there with the Mighty Nine,
Yeah.
and we started from a very disparate place as far as the relationships go, and it's been much like Vox Machina. It didn't start all being super BFFs. Like it was a transition. By the time everyone came in and we were streaming it, they had really begun to kind of really become a family unit. We're starting to get into that territory now with the Mighty Nine, and I'm super excited for all those those threads of friendship to get tighter as we go. But by the end of the campaign of Vox Machina, they were
was a bond.
such a deep-rooted family, and all knew each other so well in and out that I don't know. There's something beautiful about that. I don't know, like warm and kind of comfort food-esque to me about that. And doing the one shot reminded me of that, and it felt so warm and fuzzy.
And those stakes are crazy when you have that bond.
Yeah.
Those stakes are.
I don't miss the level 20 combat.
My
that shit
God,
is
dude.
crazy.
My
it's
God.
epic. It's fun. It's intense. But
Yeah.
but like especially when you're out of practice for a year and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have how many abilities and
You take
how many
123 points. It's been a while since I've heard that.
Yeah. It's
man.
fun.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely a fan of earlier levels. Like levels 3 through 15. I think are my like golden levels in D&D.
course.
That's kind of
It's like those first couple seasons of Lost.
Yeah.
Even then.
Yeah. Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Cena wants to know, as of tonight's taping, it will have been 45 days since the Search for Grog taping. I have to ask, how are the mutations coming along? The ones that must have come with drinking from that most tainted
Jesus
of
Christ,
mugs.
Sam, what the fuck were you thinking?
Okay, we all tried. We all tried in advance to tell him not. Okay, here's the thing. Since campaign 1 ended, did you wash that out between
No, because it's been
campaign
on your
1?
set since campaign 1. I don't know if it's here anymore because it's up top there. It's been on your set since campaign 1 ended. I think I touched it once for something. I didn't look at it. And when
Do you know why it's up there?
Because of legal
it
reasons?
smelled like something crawled up a dead corpse's asshole and cooked rotten other asshole on a hot plate
It's
inside
weird.
of it.
It smells like the third act of Ghoulies.
Yeah, thank you, Zach.
The inner compartment. It's got an outer metal compartment and an inner sort of plastic thing that had over the years sort of shrunk somehow, and
That's the fun guy.
and disconnected from it, the outer compartment, and so there was like this vacuum, this space in there that anything could
like,
get down.
Like people under the stairs, kind of, in between.
And a big crack down the middle of it, sort of, so the liquid could flow out
Wait,
and
but
back in.
you were doing this after you would take a sip.
There was items. There was pieces of something in there. I couldn't
Not
tell.
okay.
They were
It's not
solid
okay.
pieces. I couldn't tell if it was the plastic, pieces of metal, or other. I'm not sure what it was, but I know I didn't want to swallow those pieces, so
Oh
picked them
boy,
out.
I'm disgusted.
I believe that the alcohol could.
No, it does
could
not enough
purify
alcohol, dude.
everything.
It's wine. It's not enough alcohol. If you were drinking fucking Goldschlager
yeah.
or what's the stuff that you like, Max? Yukon Jack? What?
Beast.
No, yeah, 75-year-old Scotch and Diet
Oh,
Coke.
don't bring that up again.
Diet Cherry Pepsi, Dr. Pepper.
I am still paying penance. I'm sorry. That's never going to happen again. I know what I've done. I'm sorry.
Matt, answer this question instead
Yes,
of being
okay.
ashamed.
Jesus Christ. Didn't even have to mention it on air. It's going to follow me to the end of my days. I'm sorry.
I'm unaware of what happened.
Don't talk about it. Question, go.
You had very expensive scotch and you mixed it with Diet
I
Cherry
didn't know it was super expensive. I didn't even pour it. Max poured it. I was like, sure, maybe a mixed drink. I didn't know. I feel bad.
I did 5 minutes that night at the top of Talks, shaming him and
damn it.
Townsend for doing that. Matt, Northern Goblin
Yes.
does not care that you don't respect expensive scotch.
I
Instead,
disagree.
wants you to answer
Everyone
this
cares.
question. How long have you wanted to throw shade on Vox Machina for letting Grog have the deck of many things?
Oh, man.
Was that their version of you pouring that Coke into the scotch? Was give the Grog
Sure,
have the deck of many things?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, it was.
That's so stupid.
We were in the middle of the denouement. Not even the middle. We were just starting the denouement. We were just stepping into the sunsetting of the campaign. And that motherfucker, I pull a card. I'm like, okay. Well, at the very least, he has a very low chance of pulling the ones that'll really fuck up the. Of course, there we go. Yeah, he picks the worst card in the whole deck. No, we're ending tonight. I'm not gonna go continue it up. So yeah, I glossed over it, and when we were talking about being kind of missing the characters and maybe doing a home turf one-shot live game, we were like, maybe we should play out that
brilliant.
sequence. And then the more I was prepping it, the more I was like, Travis, what the fuck did you do?
I know.
Oh, I'm gonna make you pay for this.
Yes.
And now how fitting that that episode ended so abruptly that there's still unfinished story.
I know.
That we have to take. Is that one of the stretch goals? And did we meet it already?
Yes.
Search for
Search
Bob.
for Bob.
Search for Bob.
Was that the first stretch goal?
I think it was one of them, right?
the first one.
It
Yeah,
was the first one.
So
Yeah.
I think
It's
we
happening.
are now going to
Yeah.
explore the end
It's
of
happening.
the added-on episode.
Yes.
that we
which
added on.
which I'm excited about because there was a lot that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, we had to start at 9 p.m. Los Angeles time because
Yeah.
the venue rules, because they will have to allow, it takes 5 hours to get anywhere in this town.
Yeah.
And so they have to allow for all that stuff. So by the time it was over, the parking garages all around downtown, they close at a certain hour, and then you can't get your car out that night.
Yeah, so
And
we had
so
to very
we had to,
abruptly-
we had to get everybody out there so they could
and it
get
worked
to
out
their
okay.
cars.
We got everybody out. There
Yeah.
wasn't an issue. But there were a lot of things that I had prepared for the session as backups and other threads in case you guys went chasing after Bob, and we had to have that thing there, and depending where it went. And also, it'd been a while since I'd done level 20
shit.
you
Yeah.
know, one shots, and some things take a lot longer than I remember.
Seriously.
So yeah, I'm excited that we get to explore, and I get to expand on Pandemonium and
I'm
aspects
excited.
there that I kind of trimmed from the one shot
I'm
even at the
excited
get-go.
to, along the search for Bob, somehow
Trigger
something
else.
else.
No. It's just
So
going
this
to keep
campaign
Vox
never
Machina
ends.
going. Yes, do it.
A side quest on a
Please
side
do
quest
it.
on a side quest.
Just one Vox Machina one shot a month. That's all we ask for. Is just we just want to be around all of them for as long as we can. Sam,
We own the skeleton, so.
plus we do on the skeleton. Yeah, we had to rent shittier cameras that night because the skeleton cost so much money for Sam's
It's a
joke.
real human skeleton.
Lee574 wants to know, Sam, how'd it feel to be singing Inspirations again?
Oh, it was so great. I enjoy singing very much. Matt does too, and is very good at
That's
it.
an incredible singer.
But I miss singing so much, and I maybe next campaign I'll be some other sort of singer or something, because it was really fun. The whole night felt like going back home, and that part especially was really fun. It's really great to sing on a stage full of in front of thousands of people,
especially with acoustics as great as the Ace.
That's
Hotel
right.
Theater.
And the auto tune that they had on too. It's very helpful.
Recorded.
Yeah.
Next campaign.
Maybe a rapper?
Next campaign, we got to get Matt to sing. Matt is a great singer.
He is a great singer.
We're good.
He's for you this campaign.
No, I know a little bit, but it would be great if he could have to sing every single. What is going on?
I don't know what happened there.
If he could sing every episode, that would make me happy.
We had to censor something.
We had to censor something?
Yeah.
105
Did my
second
dick
delay.
fall out?
Yeah, it did,
Oh,
dude.
Jesus.
It did. Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Luckily, we don't have a camera with that close up of a lens. Matt, Zemni and Critter wants to know, how long before the actual search for Grog did you decide Percy was going to actually lose his arm?
That was weeks before we started it. 'Cause I was like, okay, we're doing this. Let me go back and rewatch the denouement and everything that transpired there. As I'm going back and rewatching the sequence that led up to those events, and then our transition to the end of it, I was like, oh my God, they threw that out there. That's I'm gonna have to put that in there somehow. And I just once again, it's fun to fuck with them, and because it was kind of already established in a joking manner, I wanted to find a way to just throw a left hook in the middle of the story.
Yeah.
And make them eat their words. Which
Yeah.
is fun too.
How did that feel for you, having
was
been the
so
illustrator
great.
or the orchestrator of that joke?
So great when any stupid throwaway joke becomes canon.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot on our show. But it was also great because in all of our years of playing with Matt as our DM, I've never seen him do anything like that before. That is so just wrong for the
That's it.
world. Does not fit in this world,
Yeah.
but he's doing it anyway. I don't think you've ever done that. And it was so refreshing to see, like, oh, he's just a goofball like us.
Yep.
Mercers, they're just like us.
There you go.
Matt.
They shop at discount stores.
They use baskets.
It's very true, actually. Most of my wardrobe is Target clearance. Continue.
Me too.
Andrew Matney wants to know, did you take Liam and Ashley's components because of the ease in which they were able to navigate Pandemonium, or was it always your plan to do so?
That was always part of my plan to introduce a new level of challenge into this. It's like, all right, you're all level 20, you have all these things at your disposal. Let me find some unique way to fuck with your shit a little bit. And so, plus, in my initial plan, with them bringing, if they had managed to bring Grog's body to the crystal and he comes back, honestly, a part of me was like, well, maybe he'll have a little time to play as Grog, and if they just bamfed out,
that would not be fun.
it wouldn't be as fun for him to only be Grog if they didn't bring him in for the battle.
Right, yeah.
I'm sure it'd be fine. But a little part of me was like, what if there was a little time after he they had to go do this other little thing that he could be Grog for a little bit. We never got around to it, so that'll be the next one shot. So it worked out that way in the long run anyway. And the most fucking absurd ending to that one shot. But yeah, it was partially just wanting to kind of curb them a little bit and add a new, unique challenge to their, we're gods type mentality.
Right.
And if it worked out, give Travis a little more time as Grog before they just jumped back into Exandria.
Yeah.
If only we could give Liam some more time as Vax.
Who?
Hey, man. He made that deal.
He made that dirty, dirty deal.
I'm sorry.
When I saw his one-shot character and he introduced who it was and stuff on the stage,
I didn't know he was going to play it like that.
I was like, of course.
Yeah, I was like, you fucker.
I was like, of course.
He told me he was going to make Raven Queen cleric.
of
I'm like, okay,
course.
narratively it makes sense, you know, as an apology and a thank you for the sacrifice and everything else. And so I'm like, all right, cool, it sounds good. I had no idea he was going to play it that much of like a knife twisting character.
I know.
So it made
Our Liam.
I know, which made it extra fun to kill her.
Oh boy.
Like, oh, twice now, buddy.
I felt bad about that. Sam, Crep-Teen wants to know, when you attempted to wipe Grog's memory, was that to keep the timeline of him waking up and not knowing what happened at the end of 115, or just Scanlan being Scanlan?
I think a little both. I wanted to maintain the timeline as well. I, like Matt, just really need canon lore to be perfect always. No, that was a thing that Grog didn't he didn't remember anything of what happened, so we had to make that happen. And Scanlan's always gotta fuck with people.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Scanlan's got a scan.
A Scanlan's got a scan. Put it on a t-shirt?
No.
Please don't.
Put it on a thong.
Ooh.
There you go.
We don't have any thongs.
don't have
should
any
have like
thongs.
a Scanlan-themed thong.
Picture of a cube on it.
A picture of a cube. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And
I'll go
it's-
design one tonight.
Yeah.
And wear it on
Man
Thursday.
needs to be on there somewhere.
Like a website where you can design thongs, like how there's
course
like
there is.
engagement ring
What if the
websites.
thong said, enter the meat man?
I like it. I like it. I like where
Is that
you're
on the
going.
back, the front?
It's a big thong. It's got a cube and a bunch of writing on it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Last one for both of you from Chisari.
Yes.
In the search for Grog, Trinket's line, I can carry him, was so moving. After all the discussion of leaving him behind, isn't it wonderful that Trinket was the one to free Grog and unleash him on the Empyrean in the final battle?
That was beautiful. I was afraid they were going to leave him behind, which would have been fine. It would have made sense if they felt they didn't want to bring him into there. But then they would have had somebody carry Grog with them the entire time.
Right.
And it just made sense. It was an improvised moment that had more impact than I expected. And then
It was great.
And then as you're going through the battle, I remember that one moment where I was like, none of them are remembering that they have Grog nearby. I'm not going to nudge them. I'm going to see if it comes up. They're going to do this on their own or get fucked on their own. I don't know. And then when Laura brought it up, I was like, I think there's enough room where she can get him over there. And I didn't think about it in the time of that kind of poetic balance. It was when we were watching it back and going back and remembering and seeing the first scene where Trinket had said that, I was like, oh my God, that worked out perfectly. So
Yeah.
I didn't even realize in the moment.
Yeah,
Kismet.
big time.
I love when it works out.
Man, that was such a fun night. It was such a good episode
incredible.
and
It was incredible.
special, and that weekend was just so beautiful with meeting all the artists that flew in from all over the world. And
Your outfit.
my outfit was fucking awesome, dude. And Ash's outfit, Ash was like, she showed up and she took it out of the suitcase and she was like, she knew what my outfit was. She's like, I wanted to have something that kind of matched yours. And
She had a backup
awesome.
outfit that night. She
did.
showed another dress.
she did. She had a
And we all helped
backup.
her pick the purple one
The
because it
purple
was
one.
by far the better of the two.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have her back.
I know.
Yeah. Soon.
You especially.
A little birdie tells me a few weeks from now.
What? For an extended period of time? Do we know? Do we?
We don't know a lot. I don't know much. That's all the time we have for tonight, folks. I would like to thank Sam and Matt for joining us.
Thank you for having us,
Cancel
always.
Blind Spot. Episode 54 airs this Thursday. Until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay tuned, my friends, and Between the Sheets comes back on Monday with Chris Perkins.
Oh, can't wait.
It's really good. It's really good. Awesome. Good night, guys. We love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Say good night.